Welcome back, television family, to another edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, live here from Studio 6 in downtown Wenatchee. We're live if you're watching the 7 a.m. edition of the show. We also, of course, rebroadcast this show at 9 o'clock in the morning for you late risers, and then at 11 o'clock at night for reasons I don't know. It is the 30th day of October. It is Wednesday. It is cold. It is 34 degrees outside of our studios. We haven't been down that cold in quite some time. We're going to warm up a little bit. Not much. The big story is the rain. That slow-moving system is prodding along. It's kind of gloppy and kind of just, well, it's going to show up at about noon today. It's going to bring us some rain. Hit and miss showers for most of the afternoon. When the sun goes down, the rain will pick up in intensity. There's not going to be heavy rain at all throughout this rain period, which is going to last all the way through Friday night. Just intermittent light rain, but a consistent chance of it, really non-stop chance of rain, starting about noon today and going all the way through Friday night, with a lot of rain on Friday. Friday's going to be the rainiest of the days, but again, not a big down, when it's all said and done, we'll have quite a bit of rain, but it's not going to rain hard, it's just going to rain. All those details are coming up, but you're not too surprised about this. We've been telling you about this for quite some time. There's a lot of news to get to. Real quickly in sports, the baseball season lives on. My Yankees stayed alive. They took care of business against the Dodgers last night. Game 5 tonight, one game at a time, Yankees. So I'm feeling pretty good about that, because I don't want the baseball season to end. I certainly don't want my team's season to come to an end. Speaking of sports, Austin Andrade, broadcasting voice of the Wenatchee Wild, will be joining me in the back half of the program. I'll have highlights of last night with Wenatchee and Eastmont doing battle on the volleyball court, and the Kraken did real well too. As a matter of fact, as they start a big 5-game road trip, they just walloped the Canadians. We'll have highlights of all of those things going on. It's a busy day. Wednesdays, we try to not work too hard, but we don't have any choice today. We got to do it. Here we go. Our tour around the valley, and there it is, the Wenatchee Heights camera. Look at those clouds there. Not a lot of cloud cover, and the clouds that are out there, as you can see, are way up there in the atmosphere. Nothing's holding the heat down. That's why it's 34 degrees. It's 25 in Moses Lake. It's 30 in Ephrata. It's 29 in Manson. It's 30 in Chelan. It's 34 in Omak. It is cool. Our normal overnight low is 36, but we've had another mild day yesterday. We hit 56 on Tuesday, 56 degrees. Our normal high is 53. For the record of the 29 days that have come and gone so far this month of October, 22 of those 29 days, our daily high temperature has been above normal. It's been a mild and unfortunately dry October. Camera 2. Dun, 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 dun. That is, believe it or not, Blag Mountain, high above Peshastin. It's a real, that's what it looks like right now on top of Blag Mountain, high above Peshastin. It's dark because the sun hasn't come up yet. Sun doesn't come up till 7:42. Sunset tonight, 5:46. 10 hours, 3 minutes of daylight. We're getting ready to dip under that 10-hour mark, and we'll do so tomorrow. As a matter of fact, camera 3. The Wahatis camera. They have high clouds out there too. We don't have any temperature gauges or anything like that down in that area. I'm guessing it's pretty chilly. They had a freeze warning in that area for a hard freeze down near the Wahatis area, down in Royal City, and of course to the Tri-Cities. They're much colder than we are here. Well, they just are. I just tell you what the weather is. I don't do the prediction. I leave that to the experts, the National Weather Service. And camera number 4. That beautiful view from the Lake Wenatchee camera. That is just awesome. Look at the low clouds and fog hanging around, and it looks like it's going to be pretty cloudy up there all day today. The Lake Wenatchee area is going to get a little bit more rain than the rest of the Wenatchee Valley, but everybody is going to get rain, and there's going to be some snow in the passes. We'll get to that in just a little bit. So the Halloween weather right now for tomorrow, if you're going out and trick-or-treating, this is your timeline. Wenatchee is down there near the bottom of it. At the top of it is the time of the day. So your trick-or-treat rainfall forecast for the Wenatchee area, as you can see, there's you could get wet. If your kids are still out trick-or-treating at 11 o'clock tomorrow night on a school night with a 50% chance of rain, I'm not going to comment. Here's my advice, kids, if you're out there and you're watching the show, and of course I know all of you are. Here's the deal. Instead of going trick-or-treating tomorrow night, go trick-or-treating on Friday, because all of these houses are going to have all of these bowls full of candy that they couldn't give away on Thursday night. You'll make out like a bandit. So put it off for a day, and you'll get everybody's candy, all the leftover candy. Just a little thought. Snow in the passes, yeah, pretty much unavoidable. Blewett, Stevens are all going to get some snow. Snow level is going to be hovering right around 3,000 feet for most of this storm period. It's going to go up above 4,000 a couple of times, but not really much. It's not going to be really heavy snow, and they have the snow plows. So, but you are going to find winter driving conditions, especially if you're heading up north on Highway 20, the North Cascades Highway. They haven't closed it yet, but if they get enough snow, they might just say, "Ah, to heck with it." Stevens Pass commuters, you're going to get snow. Blewett, you're going to get snow. Probably not much, if any, on I-90 as the system rolls through. But heads up, get ready for some winter driving conditions, just not real bad up in the Cascades. From the National Weather Service, here you go. Rain starting about 2 this afternoon. Again, light, consistent rain from about 2 till about 10 or so tonight, and then still intermittent showers overnight tonight until we get to sunrise on Thursday for Halloween. So 70% chance of rain today, not particularly warm, only 47. That is below normal. Rain tapers off again about midnight tonight. Snow level goes down a little bit, but we start drying out. Even though it's a 90% chance of rain tonight, we'll get down to 34 for the overnight low. We may wake up tomorrow with a little bit of light dusting on some of the hills around the Wenatchee Valley. For Halloween, we'll see some sun breaks, but we also, as you already know, have about a 40% chance of rain, high of only 49. Rain after midnight Thursday night into Friday, and then pretty much rain all day Friday. Again, not heavy rain, just consistent light rain all day Friday and right on into Friday night before it finally dies down about midnight Friday night. If you're heading out to football games on Friday night, you will get wet. Heads up there. The overnight lows are going to be a little bit warmer as we head into the weekend. Not a bad weekend. Slight chance of rain Saturday, high of 49. Sunday we'll see sunshine and a high of 52. And they tell us that next week could get pretty active as well. Get ready to get wet. At least it won't be a deluge. We can handle that, but we need the rain. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll let you know what the heck's going on around here. We call that the news. It's 2 minutes away. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the Mississippi Life channel.
Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa, located on South Wenatchee Ave, has the largest selection of spas and swim spas in town. Stay cool this summer in an artesian swim spa and use it all year long. We enjoy helping families reconnect one spa at a time. Hot tubs are proven to improve sleep and decrease arthritis pain. Our passion is water, so please bring us a water sample, and we will help you diagnose your pool or spa water for free. Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa, your pool and spa experts.
The family at the Epladolin want to help your loved one feel at ease in their new home environment. Epladolin offers beautiful one-bedroom and studio apartments. Residents enjoy 3 delicious home-style meals a day, laundry service, housekeeping service, and encouragement to make themselves cozy in their new home. Epladolin welcomes your family to come and visit their family. Epladolin, independent and assisted living. They make the complicated easy for you. Call today for a tour.
During the time I have served as your commissioner, the PUD has paid down more than $700 million in debt. I've worked hard to keep power rates low and utility services reliable. More than 80% of the county residents have access to high-speed fiber. I'm a real believer in local collaboration, in decision-making to get things done on behalf of all residents, and decisions made creating the best outcomes for the most people for the longest period. Thank you for your vote on November 5th.
Medicare annual election period is here, and the rumors are true. Health Alliance and Assurance Northwest Medicare Advantage plans are not available beginning January 1st, 2025. Now, there are 2 new Medicare Advantage plans that will be replacing them. But to quickly answer many of your questions, go to our website and click on Plan Termination. You can also come to one of our sales and education meetings. You don't have to be a current client. We'll be providing everyone a folder with step-by-step instructions on finding a new plan for next year.
Well, during the break, we went down 2 degrees. It's now 32 in the Wenatchee Valley, and as you know by now, the clouds will be thickening up. They're going to be coming this afternoon, and we're going to have hit and miss showers all the way through until Friday night, but we need the rain. It's 10 minutes after the hour. A Wenatchee man is charged with 9 sex offenses for allegedly molesting a child in his home. 40-year-old Juan Antonio Silva was arrested last week on a Chelan County warrant, charging him with attempted rape, third-degree child rape, voyeurism, and related offenses. Wenatchee police say Silva assaulted a teenage victim in his household multiple times while she slept. He was allegedly caught in the act by a witness and recorded images of the victim during the acts on his own phone. Police say DNA evidence also supports the charges. Silva is due to be arraigned on November 4th. He remains held in the Chelan County Jail on a $150,000 bond. The brother of a convicted drug dealer was sentenced Monday for his part in the scheme to sell cocaine, fentanyl, and Xanax in the Wenatchee Valley. Douglas County Judge Brian Huber ordered 21-year-old Jordan Allen Riviera Martinez to serve 1 year and a day in jail after pleading guilty to drug possession with intent to distribute. He is the younger brother of Brian Marino Riviera Martinez, who is now serving 5 years in prison for manufacturing illicit drugs and possession with intent. During that investigation, police said they found 15 grams of cocaine, 28 counterfeit fentanyl pills, and other materials in Jordan Riviera Martinez's bedroom. That was at the East Wenatchee home he and his brother shared. Douglas County prosecutors dropped 2 additional charges in exchange for Jordan's plea. Chelan County yesterday passed an ordinance to control homelessness encampments on county property. Commissioners Kevin Overbay and Sean Smith voted to adopt the new law that would allow sheriff's deputies to trespass those who camp on county property without permission. The county's third governing commissioner, Tiffany Gehrig, was not at the meeting yesterday. The city of Wenatchee has a similar code that goes into effect on Friday. Commissioners say they'll now begin working through policies on how to enact the law. Overbay says the goal is to offer social services, including possible options for housing, to anyone trespassing under the law. The federal government is offering up to $10,000 for information on the illegal killing of a gray wolf. This happened just outside Twisp. The carcass of the female adult wolf was found southwest of Twisp on October 20th. That poaching follows the October 6th discovery of a male gray wolf that was killed in Klickitat County. The United States Fish and Wildlife Service says it will grant a reward for information leading to the arrest or conviction in each of those cases. The gray wolf is a federally protected animal in the western 2/3 of the state. Penalties for willfully harming an endangered animal range from up to a year in jail and a $50,000 fine. Forest managers are working to get those prescribed burning plans done because the wet and wintry weather is knocking on our door. The U.S. Forest Service began burning Tuesday in the Aniat Ranger District. They put the torch to 266 acres of piles from its forest health projects. In the Wenatchee River Ranger District, crews continuing their work of burning 600 to 800 acres of piles. Forest health projects like these, of course, are designed to clear out the flammable understory of local woodlands to promote healthier trees and heading off destructive megafires. The city of Wenatchee's $4 million gallon water reservoir on the corner of Okanagan and Gear Street is at the end of its life. It's been around for a long time. According to our media partner, the Wenatchee World, the Wenatchee City Council approved a service contract to replace the reservoir on Thursday's council meeting. The council's agenda report says the reservoir's floor joints leak and the roof has some weather and reinforcing corrosion damage. City Utility Planner Darcy Ronning said the goal is to begin construction on the new reservoir between 2028 and 2030. It's estimated the cost between $18 to $20 million. The council approved a $400,000 contract with the Bellevue-based Stantec Consulting Services for the project. And we're less than a week away now from Election Day. You have until close of business on November 5th to get your ballot back to your local auditor's office. Right here at this station, we have spent a lot of hours interviewing candidates for local office, including Brad Hawkins and Flint Hartwig. They're both running for Chelan County Commissioner. You can find those full interviews at ncwlife.com. We asked the candidates' feelings on a proposal last year to provide safe needle exchanges for people suffering addiction in the Valley. Both Chelan and Douglas counties, by the way, strongly opposed to that idea. Just come back. Well, technical difficulties, please stand by. We work with live television. You work without a net. These things happen. You can see, again, the full interview with the candidates for Chelan County Commissioner Flint Hartwig and Brad Hawkins by going to our website, ncwlife.com. And that is the news a quarter after the hour. The news, technical glitches free, I can promise you that. We'll come your way at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock. Sometimes our equipment just doesn't want to cooperate. 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock tonight on the NCW Life channel. If that doesn't work in your schedule, you can watch it whenever you want to, because our news is up and running via the World Wide Web. And I'm on record, this whole internet thing, going to be big. Just my prediction. You can watch it by going to our homepage, ncwlife.com, our Facebook page, our YouTube page. We're out there. We have an X, we have an Instagram, we have all kinds of things. And if you see something out there that you think warrants our attention, send us an email. Love to hear from you. news@ncwlife.com. Sports is next. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Want to stay up to date on the latest news in the area? Tired of paying for your news? Download the NCW Life app now. No subscriptions necessary. Get news, weather, sports, and more live as it happens. Available for iPhone and Android in the App Store. Local news at your fingertips. Don't miss the stories that matter to you. Stay connected. Download the NCW Life app now.
A ductless unit from Carrier can keep anyone comfortable. Take Shelly, for instance. She finds me time in her new attic-turned-home gym. And with her Carrier ductless unit, the temperature is always perfect. No matter how intense her workout gets. Carrier. Total comfort, totally happy.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Alpine Air. Heat and air, call Alpine Air.
Days and nights are cooler, leaves are falling, so autumn has arrived. Collins Fashions is ready with cozy sweaters, vests, jackets, and warm coats. New jeans from Liverpool Cut, Tribal, and Jag. Lovely holiday fashions for your parties, weddings, and events from Joseph Ripkoff and Frank Lyman. Icelandic merino wool sweaters are always timed with some warm. Cashmere sweaters, too. Boots are in stock in great styles, and many are water resistant. Come and see us at Collins, where fun meets fashion in downtown Wenatchee.
When you've been in business for 40 years, it's because you understand change and you put members first, always. Now Works is announcing a change in their membership model. Up to 6 people on one membership that you can mix and match. The more people, the bigger the discounts. Introducing the Works shared membership model. One membership, friends and family and flexibility. Works, the cleanest, friendliest, most helpful gyms you and your friends will ever join.
That's a good-looking sunrise, isn't it? Sports, when you score 8 goals in an NHL game, you normally win, and that was certainly the case yesterday. Good start for the Kraken on their big road trip. They began their 5-game road trip by scoring a goal less than a minute into the game. Then they just kept scoring. Congratulations to Brandon Montour. He had a hat trick.
Canadians 3 up and 3 down here at home. Andrei Burakovsky out in front just by Eli Tolvanen. Jamie Oleksiak tipped in. Eli Tolvanen out in front, and Oleksiak from downtown thinks about the slot, goes to the point. Evans shot, scores! The puck has eyes for Riker Evans. Stevenson gains entry. He'll dust it off. Center one, Schwartz scores! That's hockey, baby! What a play! Jaden Schwartz, a brilliant finish, and what a setup by Chandler Stevenson.
A couple of turnovers and just getting right back to the offense.
The best start of the season, and they do it again. Oliver Bjorkstrand, set up by Jaden Schwartz. Now Suzuki, Mayu with a shot. They score! And carried off Slavkovsky right to Cole Caulfield. Here's Montour with a shot. He scores! Brandon Montour with another long-range bomb.
I'll take you up on that, John. Be careful what you wish for.
A shot. Primo says no. They follow it up. Brandon Montour with a couple of chances. 11:16 left to go in the second period. That's Stevenson, now McCann. Stevenson will look over coverage, as JT pointed out, a 4-on-3. McCann, one-timer Montour, scores! The hat trick for Brandon Montour. Hey, what do you say? What a moment for Monty. Boards, Beniers is out with Ellie Tolvanen and Josh Mahura. Mahura right there in front. Tic-tac goal. Ellie Tolvanen slams it home. Then a little bit of a disturbance. What a night here in Montreal. That's across the board for everybody. Anderson right in, scores on the rebound.
So you go to the locker room afterwards and you interview somebody who did pretty good, and that would be Mr. Montour, scoring 3 goals after all, and he said it was a good way to start the road trip.
Again, I think we came out hot. Obviously, it's nice to get one early, get a few early, and then I think we just kept rolling. I think the energy level was good. Again, I kind of preached after the game there that, you know, standard, obviously losing a few shouldn't be the standard. We should be upset and kind of frustrated a little bit of just that's not how we, you know, as a team we're good enough to not be in that position. And you know, I think it's a tough road trip and a long road trip. So I think guys brought the energy and, you know, wanted to kind of come out game one and you know, get a win, and, you know, obviously that's a good one.
Came down to a 5-man effort. I think it was just all of us working as a group in all zones, and you know, I think breaking the puck out it was nice for us today because we have the forwards low and making plays on the walls, and that's huge for us, and it just makes our job easier. It makes us get up ice a lot faster, and then we can play offensive hockey. So I think it was just a full ice, you know, game for us.
At times this year we've been too much on the perimeter, and we've been too much not a shooter's mentality, and I think that's, you know, there's no secret about really scoring goals in this league. Is you got to have shot volume, you got to have guys at the net, you got to have people in and around the net, and it's not just one guy, it's 2 guys that can converge on the net and get the opportunity. And tonight, I think in the first in particular, we were very good at that.
Yes, they were. They'll continue their road trip tomorrow, 4 o'clock. They'll take on the Maple Leafs. It'll be on King 5 and Kong TV. The Wenatchee Panthers remain undefeated on the season with a straight-set volleyball win over Eastmont. Wenatchee recognizing his 5 seniors prior to the match, with each having an impact on the game's final outcome. Our very own Eric Grandstrom had the call right here on the NCW Live channel.
And Gale will have the service, trailing at 24-7. Service on the way. And Barry is there. Ava Jo helps her out. Eastmont keeps it alive. Here's a kill at the nets, and right there to block it is Riley Jones, and that will give Wenatchee the first set, 25-7. Lundstrom going to try to wrap it up here after the Panthers won the first one, 25-7. Lead at 24-8 here. And the service. Back line, Eastmont is there. They touch it at the net, and it's going to be a point to Wenatchee. They're going to say over the top was the Wildcats, and that will be the point, and that will be the second set going to Wenatchee, 25-8. Not many offensive points here for Eastmont in this third set. Boy, that was a killer serve. Wenatchee, they're responding. Down to a knee goes the Wildcats, and now they get it back over. Scramble drill again for both sides of the net right here. Here's a kill attempt, and Eastmont, how about it? There for the counter. Another kill, another block. Wildcats suddenly finding their feet, and this one's too long. Service. Right to the back line again. There's Gale. They'll reverse it. They get it back across. Panthers up front. Barry. Scramble. Got to get it over. They do. Does Eastmont. Wenatchee. Cross court it comes. Little hit off the heel of the hand by the Panthers, and Demersion will get the point, and the Panthers will get the win, 25-8.
This season has been super fun. It's pretty a lot of the same girls from last year, but it's definitely a new group of girls, and we've all gotten super close, and I'm super excited for state and districts and what we have to come.
Talk about this match tonight. I know it's always, you know those girls so well across the way, but to get another win and to stay unbeaten and to not lose a set in Big 9, what's that mean to you guys?
I mean, it means a lot, especially as it is our senior season. I think at the beginning of the season we had a lot of goals, one of them staying undefeated in league, and so it's really exciting to be able to know that we got that goal, and especially just our 5 seniors have been close for a really long time. We've played club together since our 6th grade year, and so just getting those accomplishments with these group of ladies is really great.
Elsewhere, Moses Lake defended their home court last night with a straight set win over Eisenhower, 25-11, 25-17, 25-12 there. Cashmere travels to Zilla, and they came away with a sweep as well, 25-7, 25-17, 25-11. Tenasket and Manson will meet for the District 5 2B Volleyball Championship. Both advanced to in the semifinals. That was last night. Tigers survived against Okanagan 3-2. Manson, of course, is the defending champion of state. They swept Liberty Bell 3-0. The next round of the tournament is Saturday at Omike High School. The District 5 1B tournament is tonight in Waterville and in Aniat. Pateros will take on Moses Lake Christian in Waterville at 5 o'clock. Soap Lake will take on Wilson Creek in Aniat. And then at 7, the Tigers will host Thorpe, and Cascade Christian will play at Waterville Mansfield. And the Wenatchee girls soccer team remains unbeaten in Big 9 play. They won the league championship a couple of weeks ago. 4-1 win. 3-1, actually. That's the typo. 3-1 was the final at Eastmont last night. Another Big 9 soccer. Eisenhower blanked Moses Lake 1-0. Sela over Ephrata 1-0. East Valley got by Quincy 4-1. Cashmere blasted Zilla 8-0. And Cascade shut out Omak 3-0. And those are just some of the games that people are playing. At 27 minutes after the hour, it is National Checklist Day today. Checklists are important if you have a project that requires a lot of organization. I'll give you a couple of perfect examples. One of the things that I do around here before we do a live broadcast outside of the studios, and one of the things I do is I get all the gear together, make sure we have all the cameras and all the necessary equipment, make sure they work. And I have a checklist for each location that we go out to do a live broadcast, because no 2 live broadcasts are the same. It requires the exact same kind of equipment, so I have a checklist for each of those. Why do we even have National Checklist Day? Well, actually, it was brought on by a tragedy. On October 30th, same day of 1935, a Boeing B-17 Flying Fortress crashed during takeoff at Wright Field in Dayton, Ohio. They investigated it, and they said the cause of the crash was a gust lock that was still engaged. It was supposed to be disengaged, and it wasn't. So a bunch of pilots got together and said, how do we make sure this doesn't happen again? And they came up with the airplane pre-flight checklist that is now, of course, required to be followed before a plane can take off. And because of this event on October 30th is now observed as National Checklist Day. I also never, ever go grocery shopping without a shopping list, especially if you're making something that requires a lot of ingredients, or you want to make sure you just don't forget it. Don't store it in your head. Write it down, and you're good to go. Or use the apps. Store apps now are fantastic. Not only do they tell you where the item that you are or what aisle it's in if you're not familiar with it, but they got coupons and stuff. Make a checklist. Put me at the top. It's 28 minutes after the hour. Today in history. October 30th, 1938, the day before Halloween, 86 years ago today, Orson Welles and his Mercury Theater radio program put on H.G. Wells' classic The War of the Worlds, and it scared the bejesus out of a whole people in the northeastern quadrant of the United States, because they thought they were actually listening to a real news broadcast, and that Martians had actually invaded from Mars and was killing people. It was a play. I mean, it was a play, and if you missed the beginning of it, you didn't know. Now, a lot of people listening to the radio that night were listening to the more popular show, which was not the Orson Welles Mercury Theater show. And so they didn't hear the disclaimer at the beginning of the program that this is a play, this is fiction. It's going to sound like a newscast, but it isn't. It's just a fiction for entertainment purposes. But they didn't hear that. And then when the more popular program went to a commercial, like a lot of people, they channel flipped, even though it was radio, and they went down the dial to find out what was going on with the Orson Welles Mercury Theater. And what they thought they were hearing was a real deal. One of those legendary radio broadcasts. Orson Welles, by the way, had to apologize the next day. 79 years ago today, October 30th, 1945, Jackie Robinson of the Kansas City Monarchs signs a contract for the Brooklyn Dodgers. And so it began. This was 1945. Brooklyn said, we're going to play him at our top farm team in Montreal, the Montreal Royals, in 1946. And if he does well and he earns his shot, he'll play for Brooklyn in 1947. So it wasn't exactly a surprise to people. That was 79 years ago today. And this is the 50th anniversary of the Rumble in the Jungle. Muhammad Ali and George Foreman, both Americans, fight in Zaire in the middle of the night. So it could be broadcast to the Western world. The Zaire is now the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Ali was a 4-1 underdog. George Foreman was the champion. He hit like a Mack truck. He was unbeaten. This was, of course, Ali's famous introduction to the rope and dope. I'll tell you how many people watched this boxing match. In case you forgot, here's how it ended.
Ali just takes him, protecting his face at all times, does Ali. Foreman throwing more punches now. Maybe this could be the tactic of Ali to let the man punch himself out. 30 seconds left in round 8. Very even fight. Ali, a sneaky right hand. Another sneaky right hand. This time he works over the shoulder of Foreman. It's the combination.
An estimated television audience of 1 billion people watched this fight. 50 years ago today, I was one of the 1 billion, I might add. At the time, it was the most watched live television event ever. 50 million people watched the fight on pay-per-view on closed circuit TV and local movie theaters. At the time, the fight grossed an estimated $100 million, which is $600 million in today's money. Ali is the champion again with a huge upset over George Foreman 50 years ago today. These kinds of events just don't happen anymore that capture the attention of the world. It's 32 minutes after the hour. Let's do some birthdays. We got 2 heavenly birthdays. We always do presidents, and we might as well do the second. John Adams, the second president of the United States. Born in the state in 1735, lived a long time. A lot of the founding fathers lived a remarkably long time. Some, of course, got shot, like Alexander Hamilton. That'll shorten your lifespan. John Adams lived to the age of 90, which is a remarkably long time. Of the first 5 presidents of this country, he was the only one who was not from Virginia. Of course, he was from Massachusetts. He was also the only one that was not a slaveholder of the first 5. He did not own slaves. George Washington had 300 slaves. When John Adams was inaugurated, none of his family members were actually there. For reasons I don't know why, John Adams could very well be called the father of the United States military. He was the first person to propose the idea of a United States military academy, which we now have. And when his predecessor, when the guy who replaced him, Thomas Jefferson, was inaugurated, John Adams didn't show up. They were feuding at the time. They would eventually make up. John Adams, one of the more underappreciated founding fathers, born in the state in 1735. How about Harry Truman? Not the president, that guy. If you lived anywhere in the Pacific Northwest in 1979 and 1980, you remember Harry Truman. This guy became a folk hero, a nationally renowned figure. Harry Randall Truman, who ran the lodge at Spirit Lake in the shadow of Mount St. Helens. An interesting character, to say the least. He once got a forest ranger drunk so he could burn a pile of brush. He shot animals without a hunting license. He stole gravel from the National Park Service. He would fish on American Indian land with a fake game warden badge, never got caught. People say, oh, he's kind of harmless. He spent most of his day drinking whiskey and Coke and yelling at people. Harry Truman hated old people, young people, hippies, and Republicans. And, of course, in May of 1980, Harry Truman met his maker. He was born in the state in 1896. He was a fascinating character, to say the least. And happy birthday to the Fonz. Happy Days was a staple back when I was a kid. Back in the 70s, Henry Winkler is 79 years old today. Happy birthday to the Fonz. Hey, man. And special thanks to our platinum sponsor. That would be Alpine Air. For heat and air, call Alpine Air. It's 32 degrees, folks. It's freezing right now. Alpine Air, give them a call. If something's not right with your heating system, or maybe it's making one room really warm and another room you can see your breath something might be wrong. Call the experts, and that would be Alpine Air. For heat and air, call Alpine Air. Mike Benani has got an opinion about the iconic cross that overlooks the Wenatchee Valley. That's coming up, and then Austin Drade will be joining me live to talk a little Wild hockey, because we like Austin and we like the Wild. Coming up, you're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Live channel.
Another fall sports season is upon us. Yes, we'll be talking about Eastmont football, but also volleyball and girls soccer. Be sure and join us for the Eastmont Wildcats all season long right here on the NCW Live channel, your local TV station.
Coverage is presented by Alpine Air Heating and Cooling, Kennedy Real Estate Group, Les Schwab, Sangster Motors, Save Mart, Together for Youth, and Valley Tractor. Global Car Care has the best customer service in the Valley. From the moment you walk in the door, their goal is to help you stay on the road, so you can keep doing what's important to you. Global Car Care certified ASE mechanics stand behind your automotive repairs.
Right now at Les Schwab, it's the deal you've been waiting for. The Score More sales event. Save up to $160 instantly on a wide selection of 4 tires and 4 wheels. Plus, every tire is covered by America's best tire warranty, 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. Because nobody stands by their tires like we do. It's a better deal on better tires with the best service in the business. Get more from Les.
At Abby's, it's kind of simple. We're not rocket scientists. We just make great pizza. When you're ready for traditional values, time with your family, and a great meal, you're invited to Abby's. Order at abbys.com. Our family is here for your family. It's fall. Want a great value that doesn't involve pumpkin spice? Try Abby's Barbecue Chicken Pizza. Save and enjoy a pizza with loads of quality toppings to the edge. Your taste buds and your wallet will thank you. Enjoy Abby's October special at a very special price.
Hey, this is Mike Mad Dog McNaughty, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. Now, that lighted cross that overlooks Wenatchee in the south, you know, I kind of like it. I actually do. Though I do think if Jesus came back, he'd see that and go, my gosh, that's the last thing I wanted to see. You know, but this recent controversy with the cross supporters saying that they want these crosses to proclaim their faith in response to being persecuted is absolutely ridiculous. If Christians in this country are being subjected to any criticism, it's mainly because of our own self-righteous behavior. And I don't think the answer is to shove our faith in other people's faces, claiming that we're only standing up for our rights. You know, Jesus called us to be peacemakers. And when the Apostle Paul told us to live in peace with everybody, I don't think he meant to force our belief on others, which honestly is exactly what this cross is doing. So whether I like it or not really isn't the point, is it? This is Mike Mad Dog McNaughty, and that's my opinion.
I'm Jen Mueller. Watch for my show, I Cook, You Measure on NCW Life. It's part cooking instruction, part entertainment, and all about connecting over food and wine with your favorite Northwest athletes.
Watch I Cook, You Measure with Jen Mueller Mondays at 1, Wednesdays at 2, Fridays at 11 a.m., and Saturday and Sundays at 10:30 p.m. right here on the NCW Live channel.
My name's Nick Dirk, and I've been a cinematographer-photographer for over 10 years. I got my start at the Wenatchee Valley Technical Skills Center. Without the Tech Center, I wouldn't have got my first job in media production 3 months after I graduated high school.
My name is Charlie Voris, and I own Vortex Productions. My work has taken me on exciting adventures all around the world, and I got my start at Wenatchee Valley Tech.
Hey, my name is Oli Mingo, and I'm the Executive Director at Heirloom Creatives in Wenatchee. I am so thankful for Wenatchee Valley Tech to be able to have my dream career.
Hey there, folks. Blueberry Carrie here to invite you on out to experience Blueberry Hills. Of course, the food is fabulous, like our cheese splints, our famous French dip, our legendary Eggs Benedict, and unforgettable burgers. But we're more than just great food. People come from all over the world to experience what's been called one of the best destination restaurants in the Pacific Northwest. So come on out and see what all the fuss is about. Blueberry Hills in Manson. It's where the world is coming to.
That is one cool sunrise, Austin. Sunrise right now, by the way. It's 7:42. Yeah, that's sunrise. That's officially. Do you get sunrises like that in Iowa, your home state?
Once in a while.
My guess is the sunsets are pretty spectacular.
Yeah.
Yeah. 'Cause our sunsets here are like turning off a light bulb.
Going over the mountains.
We're tucked up right up against the Cascades, and it's like, oh, sun's down. But our sunrises here are really nice. They're really, really beautiful. Austin Dronde is joining me for the first time. It's nice meeting you, by the way. Broadcasting voice of the Wenatchee Wild, live here in Studio 6 in downtown Wenatchee.
Just met in the green room.
Yeah. Let's cut right to the chase, folks. We're hurting. We're struggling. We've played 14. Thank God we played 68 games because we're going to need them. We played 14. We are 4-8, 2-0, 10 points. There's 11 teams in our conference, and we are in 11th place. There's still, there's a lot of hockey to be played, but what really, we lost Friday at home to Tri-City 6-3, and that was a well-deserved loss. The Everett loss in Everett on Saturday, that one hurt.
That one hurt. That one started out up 3-0, up 4-1. We're making passes. We're getting through the neutral zone. We're getting to the net. We're doing the things that we need to do to win. And I thought Everett was, they weren't getting pucks to where they needed to get them to. They weren't checking as hard as they normally do. And then about the second half of the game, Kenta Iso guy scores his second goal of the game, his 100th career point, which was really neat. And then they switch goaltenders. They get a goal with about 3 minutes left, and I think that set them off. They got another goal within a couple minutes after that to get it down to 4-3. I thought that third goal was a real key in the game. If they go to the third period down 4-2, it's a 2-goal game, 20 minutes left. They've got to. They can do it, but they've got a hill to climb. Mm-hmm. If it's 4-3 and they've got all the momentum going into the third period, we can't give up another goal. And
we gave up another goal.
Within the first 4 minutes of the period, they tied the game, and all of a sudden you're playing to win. You're playing to at least get 1 point on the board against the highest scoring team in the league. And with about 3 minutes left in the game, they got us.
How did you handle that? Because I was listening at Parsons. It was Saturday night. I was watching the World Series and other things were going on as well. But I could tell by your voice inflection, when it got close, that you were like, "Oh no."
It was tough. To see that goal go in with 3 minutes left and taking the puck in, I thought he was going to go high. He reared back like he was going to lift the puck, maybe halfway up the net, maybe try and get it over the shoulders, and instead he kind of clutched back and went low underneath Zach Zahara. And that one's a tough one to stop for him, but that one was a tough one to see go in the back of the net. You got a group of guys who has been battling to win a big game like this all season. Just get some momentum, win that first one, and start the climb one game at a time. And
that was a great chance to do it, and they didn't.
It was a great chance to do it
against a very good Everett team.
Exactly. To win that game, I think would have been, and even the first half of the game, the way the guys played, I think is something to look back on and say, okay, if we win this game, if we play the way we're supposed to play, and we play the way we know we can, we do the right things in order to win, this is what can happen. You can get a 4-1 lead against the top team in the league. You can beat the top team in the league. And from there, who knows how high you can climb. Those are games we got to finish off.
Yeah, and we didn't, but we have a chance at redemption because Everett's coming to town on Friday night. Couple of notes. Everett is good. I mean, they're a good team, and they had a huge crowd. They had like over 6,000 at their arena. Was there some sort of a special promotion going on?
They had almost 7,000 in the building. It was their Pink in the Rink night, so they wore their pink jerseys. They auctioned everything off, and the building in Everett is designed as it is, so that everybody, even if you're in the top row of the upper deck, you're right on top of the action. And even a half-full crowd in there, like they had on Wednesday night, it gets loud and it gets intense, and it's a very tough place to win a game. You know you've accomplished something when you can go in there and take a couple points from them.
Is there an extra pressure on the Wenatchee Wild players when they play here at the Town Toyota Center on a particularly big night? You mentioned Pink at the Rink, and we have, it's hockey fights, cancer, I think, or whatever we call it here. There are 2 or 3 really big nights, Military Appreciation Night, which is coming up, and a few others that always come close to selling out the joint. Is there extra pressure on the players to really put on a show for the fans because there's that many more people in the arena than there will normally be?
I don't think they'd tell you there is, but I think that probably goes through their minds. Like, we're going to have a big crowd in the building, and most of those nights. So we've got a jersey auction 3 nights out of the season, and I think the guys inside, even though they probably won't tell you, they want to put on a good show. They want to get a win for the folks in the building. If the folks are coming out, and they always do, to support them, they want to give that back with a big win.
And I always keep in mind whenever I go to a game that these are 17 and 18 and 19-year-olds.
Mm-hmm.
You do have to keep that in mind. So it's something to consider. Everett's coming to town on Friday. Silvertips have owned us so far this year. We've played a lot of them early, then we won't play them for quite a while. The big thing that we want to stress, folks, yes, we're only 4-8-2-0. This team's banged up. This team is going to get healthy, and they're going to start winning some games.
It has been a little banged up, but just now we're starting to get Sam Ward, one of our top defensemen. Both goaltenders are coming healthy again as well. So we've got just about everybody back on skates. How long that timeline is between when they're actually able to get back on their skates, get their balance and their bearings back, get the rust off from their injuries, and actually get out on game night and make an impact. That's different for every guy. But we've got everybody at least back on skates right now. They're practicing. They're at least getting back into the flow of things and gauging the speed again before they get back out there and go for it for real.
How are they doing morale-wise? I mean, everybody wants to win. You know you're not going to win. When you play 68 games, you're not going to win 68 games. That's just the way it is. How are they doing in that aspect? Are they saying, we're going to be fine, we got a lot of hockey to play, we're going to get it together? Or is there a little bit of, damn, what's going on amongst the team?
I think the guys are frustrated, but I think they're positive. I mean, you look at where we are in the schedule right now, 54 games left. That's how long the BCHL schedule was when we were in the league. You look at where we started the last year that we were in the BCHL. We're talking, I think, 2-10 start. And then we come back by the end of the season. We got a winning record. We win our first-round playoff series. So with 54 games, folks in Wenatchee have seen just how far and how fast you can climb when you've got 54 games left to go. There's a lot of hockey to go, and I think these guys certainly know that.
Well, we'll find out. Again, Everett it's Everett in Wenatchee on a Friday night. It's Art Night. So if your name is Art, you get in free. I'm kidding. What is Art Night?
So Art Night goes along with the first Friday art walk that happens downtown. There's usually some sort of big event or shindig at the end of it. This month, we're the big event at the end of it. So a lot of the first Friday artists will be coming out to the game that night, but a lot of them will also be, we've invited them to set up and show off their work on the concourse during the game, and I think we're getting a good response from them. We're hoping to see a lot of folks out. A lot of them, hopefully, who wouldn't normally see a game will get a chance to come out, see us play, and show their work to a lot of folks who may not be aware of the work that they're putting in.
Do you have an artistic side? Do you can you paint or draw or sculpt or anything like that?
I do graphic design, and I do word narration. That's about it.
Okay. I'm really good at tracing. I can trace as good as anybody you've ever seen. That is Friday night. Saturday, the Edmonton Oil Kings come to town. It's 6 o'clock. It's Saturday night. We always do the 6 o'clock on Saturday night, so you can go out and enjoy Wenatchee's vibrant nightlife. It's construction worker night. Edmonton, we should knock these guys off, shouldn't we?
I think if this group plays the right way, does the things that they need to do, and puts forth a good effort, there's no reason we can't knock out the Oil Kings this weekend. But it's a group that comes in, they're right about 500. You look at where they are, power play, penalty kill wise, high scoring, low scoring. They're right in the middle of a lot of different things. One thing that is nice will be they're coming in right at the end of their long road trip through the U.S. Division, so they'll hopefully have some bus legs on them. We can take advantage of that. And they're a group that doesn't get a ton of shots away and doesn't get a ton of pucks to the net. So if we can keep things away from our net and kind of wear them down a little bit at the end of a good road trip, I think that's where it starts for us.
When a team is struggling like this, we got to cut us Austin loose a little early. He's got a car appointment. Is the emphasis more on let's just improve? Let's not worry about our opponent. Let's not scout Everett or Edmonton a great deal. Let's just concentrate on what we can do to improve our team. Is that the bigger push right now?
And I think that's been the bigger push throughout the season with a lot of younger guys on the team. I think there's been a push throughout the season, new coaching staff, all the new stuff that's been in the works this season. Right now, the focus is on let's improve our habits, let's improve our discipline, constant improvement through the season, and by the end of the year, we'll be where we want to be if we put in the time and the work to do it.
And keep in mind, it takes a long time for teams to really get an identity. The Wenatchee Wild didn't really become last year's Wenatchee Wild team didn't really have their own identity until maybe late January, and that's when things really started to come together. And that's the nature of the game.
Exactly. And last year we had a couple guys that were out of the lineup for us after mid-December, Connor and Matt. But no, last year we kind of settled in once those guys, once everything was settled as far as the roster went. We knew who was on the team. We knew what skills they had, what capabilities they had, and this group played a fast-paced, freewheeling sort of hockey last year. That was the style that group had. This year, we're still forming that identity and having all those top guys back that we're going to want on the ice every single night. I think that's going to be a big help because those are the guys who are going to help set the identity that we're going to finish up with.
Patience, my friends. Patience. That's the message here. Again, Everett in town on Friday night. It is Art Night. If your name is Art Knight, you get in for free. And then on Saturday, it is Construction Worker Night. If you've ever built anything in your life, you still got to pay admission to get in with the Edmonton Oil Kings coming in. Hope your car runs better.
So do I.
Yeah, there you go. Let's give it up. Big hand for Austin Droney making his debut appearance on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We're going to take a break. When we come back, your forecast in just a couple minutes.
Lifeline Ambulance has partnered with Wenatchee Valley Tech to provide EMT certification training within the high school. This opens up career opportunities in EMS, fire, and other medical fields, and gives these students a leg up when entering the workforce.
Students at Wenatchee Valley Tech, through our partnership with Lifeline Ambulance, can now earn their National Registry EMT certification.
Hey folks, Lehman here with Crown Furniture and Mattress. Folks, there's no question if you're looking for top quality furniture and mattresses, Crown Furniture and Mattress is the place for you. Whether it's Flex Steel's patented blue steel spring, Englander's 120 years of innovation, or Stanton's incredible comfort. Folks, we have it all. So stop by and see us today at 736 South Wenatchee Avenue.
At Local Myth Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
Whether you're building from the ground up or transforming your space with a custom remodel, One Way Construction is your trusted partner in creating a home that's uniquely yours. Your dream home is just a call away. Schedule your free consultation, and let's build something amazing together.
You come alive in the dead of winter and start work early on snow days, because snowed in is not an option. The Kubota Snow lineup of compact tractors, RTVs, and versatile attachments are built to move, plow, blow, and thrive in the winter. So when the snow falls, you can rise to meet it. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment for 0 down, 0% APR for 84 months, plus save up to $1,100.
Are you dealing with a pest or weed issue and you just don't know what to do?
We use the best pest control methods approved for areas with kids and pets.
Whether it's rats, mice, ants, or spiders,
or something else altogether, we provide the coaching and solutions you're looking for.
And you can know that your dollars are supporting a local, family-owned and operated business.
Allow us to help you get back to living healthy and pest-free. Harvest Valley Pest Control.
Welcome to the Gilded Lily home, where something extraordinary is waiting. Fall has arrived at the Gilded Lily. Luscious colors of rust, orange, and gold lead you throughout the entire store. Gourmet foods to delight your guests. Stylish linens, handcrafted jewelry. The Gilded Lily home, where you can step in for inspiration and leave with beautiful items for your home, your kitchen, your lifestyle.
Starting to thicken up just a little bit. As you can see outside of our studios, they're going to continue to thicken up and roll in. And by the time we get to, say, 1 o'clock and 2 o'clock this afternoon, the rain is going to come. But of course, tomorrow is Halloween. It's a Thursday this year, which means the kids will be out a little bit earlier. I know a lot of folks don't want your kids trick-or-treating when it's dark outside. And most people go do these organized neighborhood things anyway, or they go to the downtown one, which is huge. Other stuff like that. Your Halloween trick-or-treating forecast looks like it could be a little wet here for the Wenatchee Valley. Check out where you live. So in the Wenatchee Valley, at 11 o'clock tomorrow, we got about a 35% chance of rain. By 5 o'clock, which is pretty much going to be close to the peak of ringing your doorbell and taking candy from you, a tradition I can't figure out anyway, about a 40% chance of rain. Chance of rain by 11 o'clock tomorrow night is about 50%. If your kid is out trick-or-treating at 11 o'clock, on Thursday night, well, then you got issues that I can't help you with. And quick heads up, rain in the Wenatchee Valley this time of the year normally means snow in the mountain passes, and that's certainly going to be the case. Not a lot of snow. At the worst, it's going to be moderate, but it's going to be consistent. It's going to snow lightly on Blewett and Stevens for a pretty good period of time, for about 36 hours. Not going to come down in a bunch of snow. It'll be enough to keep the plows up and running, but you will find some winter driving conditions if you're taking Blewett and Stevens Pass, starting later on today, especially overnight tonight, and especially overnight Thursday night into Friday. That's your best chances of measurable snow up there, but wherever you go, it's going to be a little snowy up there. We may even see a little bit of snow in the foothills around the Wenatchee Valley. There's a couple of times during this forecast period where the snow level is going to go down to about 2,700 feet. In the meantime, in detail, here's what we're looking at. Starting at about noon today is when the rain will start. Again, not heavy rain, just light rain, but consistent light rain. Then our best chance for that is between about noon till about 6. And then we have an even better chance of light rain between 7 and 10. Then we dry off. And then basically a chance of rain off and on Thursday, Halloween. That could be the driest portion. Friday looks wet. Not going to lie to you there. It's going to start raining pretty good about midnight Thursday night. It'll rain most of the day Friday. Not heavy rain, but quite a bit of rain. When it's all said and done, it could be quite a bit of rain because it's not going to stop until we get to Friday night around midnight. So get ready for a wet Friday and a pretty wet Wednesday afternoon. That's it for us. Have a great day. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.